All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the Frantic Talks podcast, episode 79. I am your host, Frantic. With me, as always, is my lovely co-host,
Grunt. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Indeed, we are here to talk about gaming.
And junk.
And today is a special day. We have a very special guest with us. Those of you watching the video already see that. Those listening at home through your headphones may not have realized it. But we have a very special guest with us today, our special podcast ghost, Freakshow. Freakshow, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Good introduction. All right, so today we're going to have a really fun episode. We're going to be talking about Destiny and pretty much our experience through Destiny, considering we were a very regular Fireteam. It only felt proper to have our wonderful guest on here for the third time in Frantic Talks history. Talk about pretty much our fun times in Destiny. So this is going to be a little different, more like an archive cast like we normally do, but, you know, just talking about Destiny. Huh?
A little bit more laid back discussion than what our normal podcast format is.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be shooting the breeze, hearing 800 different puns, and it should.
Oh, it's going to be way more than that.
It's going to be really great. All right, so let me get the what?
Just to start this, to foreshadow this. If you're listening or watching, you should totally take and write down every time a pun or "back in my day" is mentioned.
Oh, God.
And let us know what the final tally is at the end.
Oh, it's going to be like 800. I already said it.
I wonder who's going to get the first curse in.
Damn it! We don't even know. All right.
I have a feeling we should go into where you can find us first before we get too far into
Yes. If you want to send us your final tally, the best way to do that is to hit us up on Twitter. I'm at FranticJ3. The man to my what's on screen right is Mr. Freakshow187 on Twitter, and to his right is Onyx. Other way. And that guy is Onyx Spartan, ONYX Spartan, all one word, and we collectively are this lovely logo above us at Frantic_Talks.
Excuse me, I'm a person, not a logo.
Yeah, well, dude, I don't know where you get off thinking I'm a logo, but
say collectively.
I'm not.
Hush you. You were a stick figure until just recently.
That is true.
I'm sad I'm not still a stick figure. I love that picture.
That was the best 5-minute Photoshop job I think I ever did. Not gonna lie.
That's my desktop background right now.
Good. All right. So that's Twitter. Follow us on Twitter to get all the updates on Frantic Talks, including our own personal tweets, whether it's me tweeting about random tinfoil hat nonsense. Wrong way. Freakshow.
By the way.
I'm going to keep them going. Freakshow tweets about Destiny, puns, wrestling, all that fun stuff. And Onyx Spartan, Grunt, talking about... Grunt, what do you tweet about? Literally anything.
Everything.
Being a scrub.
Also that.
Being a big old scrub, let's be real here. Okay. Also, you can head over to... Oh.
I believe the reason Freakshow and I met will be listed sometime later in this podcast.
I can see that happening.
Yes.
Okay, so also you can head over to twitch.tv/Frantic Talks, all one word. Every Saturday we go live, usually, at 3 p.m. Eastern. Usually. Today being different. Nope, special occasion. That's the right word. Well, normally we'll go live there, like I said, on Saturdays, and you can join in on the conversation, get a shout-out, correct us when we're wrong, or just join in on the conversation. You can also head over to youtube.com, search up Frantic Talks, hit that subscribe button, and you will get early access to all our podcasts, like what we like to call early access, which is just the YouTube, video version of the podcast, normally after we go live on Saturdays. If you don't want to wait till Monday for the audio form, of course, or the post on our Frantic Talks website. Also, head over to facebook.com/Frantic Talks, all one word, and hit that like button like 135 other people have done so far. You will get a more Facebook form of our Twitter account. And you can also head over to FranticTalks.com to find everything I just mentioned in the footer, along with articles, links to the other categories, to magic.frantictalks.com, where we talk about magic articles. All that is there. Also, if you go to our Twitter account, the pinned tweet should lead you to our Discord server, where you can also have another way to join in on the conversation with us, share some cool pics of whatever it is you got. Anything and everything's pretty good to go in there. So that...
Even to drop us links on stuff you want to hear us possibly discuss in the future on the podcast.
Yes, that is a good way to get your content or content you're interested in the podcast for us to talk about. We've had a couple of those. Can't think of any links off the top of my head, so... Anyways, normally how we start this podcast is asking someone specifically...
I can think of a couple links, like Toon Link, Kid Link, regular Link.
Oh, damn it. Why did we invite him?
Oh, God.
Okay, so normally, when we aren't screaming at each other for puns, the podcast will start with me asking Grunt how his week went. However, because we're recording this a little earlier than normal, the week hasn't fully happened. So what we're going to do instead is ask Grunt, Freakshow, and I how our entire 3 years of Destiny went. It's a lot to unwrap.
Oh boy, is it.
Yeah, let's start. Since I didn't join in on Destiny until close to the Taken King. Well, I was in House of Wolves. For not long, though. Let's start...
You really started picking up, I believe, around Taken King, because that's when you were like, yo, Grunt, I picked up Destiny. Play with me.
Yeah, because I played House of Wolves.
More or less.
Yeah, House of Wolves, and then I joined in. So, which one of you guys wants to go first? Typically, the person who played the beta, but Grunt, I don't know if you played the beta or not.
Beta player here.
Okay, so you both can get to say back in my day. So let's just start on the end with Grunt. So Grunt, tell us your journey through the beta, at least, to the vanilla Destiny. Let's start there.
Man, I played the living daylights out of it. The running joke between all of us, and even on the podcast here, was my internet has been not the best up until recently. So I missed out on the first day of playing it because it was downloading. Worth it, though.
That's a long-ass download.
Hey, it was like 12 gig, I think, back on the 360 for the beta, so...
Jesus Christ, it took a day to download 12 gigs? What world do we live in now? My God.
No longer living in that world, thankfully.
Yeah.
I could download that.
I live in that world now.
Yeah.
It still wouldn't take you a day to download a 12 gig game, though. Don't give
No. Yeah, it doesn't.
But I was really excited for it because, much like Frantic and a little bit of Freakshow, I don't know how extensive his Halo going back is.
I played Halo 4. That was it.
All right, so you were not primarily into Bungie era Halo.
Nope.
Get out. I mean...
Where's that kick button? I'll find it here real quick. Keep going.
I'll boot him from the Discord chat. I got this.
Oh, we can do that. He can just be on screen, just like laughing, like yelling profanities.
Hold on, let me get a pen and a piece of paper so I can share my thoughts.
just like a "fuck you" written on a piece of paper.
Right, and it's just going to go right up in front of the camera for the rest of the podcast. But anyways, I was really excited for the chance to play the beta, considering the last Bungie game that was put out at that point was Halo Reach, so it was like 4 years. I can't remember. Was it 2014 the beta came out?
The game came out in 2014. So
it would have been that summer 2014. So it was 4 years at that point since Bungie had a game release. Mm-hmm. I've been a huge fan of them since I first played the original Halo, so I was obviously really excited to see what they did. Getting to actually play it, though, starting up the beta, once it was downloaded, listening to that amazing menu music was really, really nice. It was like, man, it's great to be playing a Bungie game again. I'm really anxious to see what this is like. So I started up a Warlock as my first character, Warlock Master Race.
And he never looked back, apparently. Jesus.
Nope. And honestly, I just spent a lot of my time... I played through, story missions on Earth that they do let you play through during the beta and the strike, and a little bit of Crucible here and there. And back after that, it was just like, I'm going to go explore every destination I possibly can. Mm-hmm. Try to see what is hidden away back behind this knight that has a question mark above his head for his level. And it was really fun. They introduced Iron Banner for a little bit during that time, and it was cool. I enjoyed it. It really gave you a good taste of what vanilla Destiny was going to be. Mm-hmm. And obviously, since I'm still playing it 3 years later, I'd say the beta left quite a good impression.
Gotcha. That's a hell of a journey. Freakshow, can you top that?
No.
You're okay.
I think, come on. Come on.
I started playing because Decleak texted me and said he had an extra beta code. So I threw it in there and downloaded it and made a Warlock because Warlock Master Race. And
virtual high five, bro. Boom.
I'm glad you guys are doing that because right now I'm giving the thumbs down. They can't see me, so if you want to pay attention to me during this, I'll be making funny faces all the time.
Look, you're just mad because you betrayed your Titan halfway through year 2.
Oh my god.
I told you to make a hunter, and he was like, oh, I don't like Hunter's Freakshow. And then, here you
remember this.
Uh-huh.
You remember because he brings it up every 5 seconds. Oh my god.
I remember this. I
mean, I remember it too. We'll get there.
But,
we'll get there.
Yeah, I started playing with him and RDG. And when RDG wasn't busy running me over with a sparrow and repeatedly killing me, we did all the missions and the strikes. I remember being really scared by the Devil Walker when it spawned in.
It's okay.
That sounds scary. Let's be real.
We know what kind of trauma it was to originally deal with that level 8 Devil Walker.
Yeah, it wasn't.
God, a level 8 was terrifying. Take me back to those days.
I played a lot of the Crucible because I really liked it. And like Grunt, I went exploring, but I went exploring through all the text and flavor text and everything to see what I could learn about it.
Well, then that sounds like a good fan.
Didn't honestly think about the flavor text. And yes, that's why if you ever notice anything in our Discord chat or when we talk about Freakshow on Twitter, we always refer to him as our lore nerd.
Yeah, because that's... Yeah.
He's probably read the most extensively into Destiny's backstory and story than Frantic and I combined. Granted, I don't know how much you've read into it, Frantic, but I know he's read a lot more into it than I have.
I was on the shitter once and pulled up a couple Grimoire cards. That's about it, though.
Then yeah, he definitely has read a lot more than you and I combined when you put it that way.
I do that every morning.
Oh, we got a badass over here. Like... Shitting every morning. Okay, my bad. Like,
and we digress.
You mean digest? It's bleeding over, guys. Okay, so you basically got into the beta. Happenstance is the best way to put that. And Grunt was like, "Hey, I really like Bungie, and they're making a new game, so I'm gonna play that new game." Okay.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah, Grunt and I were opposite ends of the spectrum getting into the beta.
Well, let me tell you what I was doing at this time, so that way we can make sure we are all on the same timeline here. In 2014, I'm going to do a quick plug because my latest weekly column does mention around that time a quick conversation I had with a friend, and I totally was not at all a total douche snob. That's exactly what I said in that article, quoting it.
You're still not one now?
Yeah, exactly. Rightfully so. No, so at that time, having been playing Halo Reach and then Halo 4, along with a couple other random games.
That's a pretty big reach.
Damn it. Having played Reach, Halo 4, and spending a lot more time on the PC at that time, because I had just built my new PC, the one I'm actually recording on right now, I was basically like, oh, that seems really dumb, and then the girlfriend at the time was like, yeah, it's just Halo meets Borderlands, and I'm like, oh, well, that, sounds kind of fun. But ultimately, it was everybody except me out of like my group of friends that used to play Xbox together was now playing it on PlayStation, so I had no one to play it with, really. We were doing the podcast, Grunt and I, and I think that was right before I really picked up, I wouldn't have picked up the podcast at that point. I misspoke. Because the podcast started after that, when Halo 5 came out. But basically, we were writing articles and stuff, and Grunt was tweeting some stuff, and I was laughing at the way things were spelled, like Galahorn and...
Don't you dare diss the Galahorn.
Oh, I'm not! It was just, I was one of those, oh, this game seems really dumb, like many people are now.
Back in my day, people used to pronounce that all sorts of different ways.
Back in my day,
I see that.
I
see that smirk on your face there.
So that's what I was doing at the time, not playing this beta, but acting like for some reason I had a better game taste, which is not at all a thing. But I was all like, "Oh, I know better games." So that's where I was 3 years ago. Come a long way, guys.
You were one of those people that back in my day, I would not like because they would be trashing on my favorite things. Before I realized, that was a stupid point of view to have.
What is that, like the 5th time that's been said now? Who's keeping track?
It's going to get said a lot more.
Oh, I know.
I just want someone to tweet us out of the blue or post on our Facebook page or something, and like, boom, this is how many times a pun was brought up. This is how many times back in my day was said.
Right.
Here's
Yeah.
the average stat breakdown of average minutes between puns.
Well, hopefully the podcast makes them happy, so they're not so blue when they tweet us.
God damn it. Okay, so yeah, so like we're gonna move on here. We're gonna get away from that, and we're gonna talk about now Vanilla Destiny up to the point which I joined, which would be House of Wolves, which I know that's including 2 raids, but I want to talk a bit. So let's get to that point.
1.5.
Okay, that's fair, but still, point stands. So I mean, I guess it's covering the 2 raids, and then there was Skolas, who isn't even a raid. Anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm already jumping ahead. So let's start with Grunt again. Vanilla Destiny.
Skolas used to be a raid.
I mean, I know it's a raid, but it's a 3-person raid, not a 6, so it's...
You used to be able to get the achievement and everything back in my day.
Oh, damn it. Grunt, please talk about Vanilla Destiny.
Well, Vanilla Destiny, it was totally different from what you play now if you would pop in Destiny 1. There were so many... The way something as simple as the light level works. People thought it was confusing at first how it worked. It kind of similar to the way it is now. It's just it was presented differently.
Yeah,
changed it, made it more instead of basically looking and seeing what armor was, better and then swapping out for that. You had to, or infusing it, you had to upgrade your current armor to what you had. Then you had to get the raid armor from the Vault of Glass, which was the original raid that shipped with Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had to upgrade that, which meant you had to do more raids. So it was definitely a push more so towards endgame activities to level up. Hashtag Forever 29. I hear the sigh over there.
Sad, sad days.
Yes. But it was totally different game compared to now, like I said. There was a lot of things people liked about it back then. Let's see. The Gjallarhorn, or the Yallarhorn, depending on how you actually pronounce it. I'm sorry.
Or the Gjallarhorn.
Or the good... We're not even going to say that.
That's probably how I thought of it at the beginning. I was just like, what the fuck is that?
It was the weapon to have. Who buys an exotic rocket launcher on like week 3 after the games come out?
Week 2.
Week 2? There we go.
To be fair, Grunt, I probably could have told you that only because I see so many people on the Destiny subreddit saying, "Oh, we got to buy the first rocket launcher exotic that's up for sale."
Who'd waste their exotic slot on a heavy weapon anyways? There's got to be better primaries or secondary weapons out there. Oh, wait a minute.
And then look at all those LFG posts. Must have Gjallarhorn.
But yes. There was a lot of fun stuff from that, from finishing the main storyline to going through the strikes, completing my first Vault of Glass raid. Man, there's so much. It's definitely been the game I have enjoyed the most for the past 3 years, hence why I'm still playing it.
I think when I looked it up last, you and Freakshow had at least 15 or 1,700 hours played. I was at like 500 or 600.
Oh yeah, we have quite a bit.
I do wonder how much of that time was just spent sitting in orbit, because I did a lot of that.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
See, I didn't sit in orbit that much, so all that time is like actually in the game for me.
That's quite impressive. My virtual hat tip to you.
Because you're not scared of like doing LFGs and jumping into games instead of waiting for people to get online like we are. We're just like, I don't want to meet randos. Like,
no, fuck that. You gotta go head first into them LFGs.
I wish I had that attitude. I really do. I don't know why I'm like so like weird about that.
Well, there's people that know how to play do the raids to the best of their ability on LFG, and then there's those that just want to be carried through it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Grunt and I actually had one of our crowning accomplishments from year 1 happen because of an LFG person.
Oh boy.
Yes.
I was wondering when this was going to get mentioned.
Yes. So,
before you mention that, though, I want to talk about the time. I see the look on your face right now.
I'm excited. If you can't see my face, but I'm excited.
I know where you're going. Nope.
I want to talk about the time where it was you, me, and Trevor. Yes.
Nope.
On Thieves' Den.
Nope. Thieves' Den best map.
I told you guys. You know, use the boons, whatever.
Boons.
Buy the boons. I don't want to buy the boons, Freakshow. We're not going to go flawless. Needless to say, they didn't go flawless, but I did because I bought the boons.
And you got a freaking Galahorn. That was your fucking gun.
I got my second Galahorn out of the chest. I also got Messenger Adept, best weapon.
Talk about insult to injury right there.
And at that point, so one of the big things I remember from Destiny 1 was my constant hunt for the Galahorn. I did not get that thing until like 2, maybe 3 weeks before they made changes to it and nerfed it just a little bit. So basically, from when the game came out, for let's see, what was it? It was after House of Wolves because that was when. No, Taniks. When did Taniks come out? That was House of Wolves?
Yeah, that should have been House of Wolves.
The original Taniks version. That was House of Wolves?
Taniks was homeless in House of Wolves, yeah.
Thank you.
He still is.
Why is he homeless?
That poor soul has no home, has no house.
We literally just got done doing the quest line, Frantic. And you just didn't pay attention, I guess.
I mean, I guess that is true. We did just finish that, and I already forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget a lot of things, to be fair.
Why are we here? What are we doing?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Good going. But yes, Taniks was the Nightfall 1 week with Solar Burn, mind you. And that is when I got my Galahorn. Just not before they, like I said, nerfed it. So it was the last exotic I needed. I was very happy to have it drop, even though certain people had like 3, probably 4 of them by then.
I find that really funny because my friends, when they were all playing, were like, took them forever, took them a bunch of run-throughs of like Crota to get it or whatever, and my girlfriend at the time finally joined them for one and got it on her first drop. And what's even funnier is the second time you guys took me through Crota, I got it.
Yes, and this was after the fact that...
This is after they nerfed it, but yeah.
Well, what was even after that? You got the 170 version, so it would have been after Taken King.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, so it took me a while to get it, but only because I hadn't tried, and then it took 2 tries. Because I'm awesome.
Man, it took me almost 3 years to get the Crux of Crota, and then a couple weeks after I did,
hey, Crux is coming back.
Here comes the fucking Necrocap. I need Crux.
Yeah.
I have a lot of specific memories that I could go on about. I'm assuming we'll do specific memories later.
Right, we're just going through like where we got, but we'll have to speed it up a tad bit. Either way. What do you got to add, Freakshow? Vanilla Destiny at the House of Wolves, because that's when I joined.
Fuck Master Rahul.
Oh, that's right. That's when he decrypted legendary engrams to green items. Oh, that
sounds painful.
Well, that's a nice legendary engram you got there, Guardian. Here's a fistful of ether seeds for you.
Oh. Oh. Damn. I don't know it was that bad. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
That's awful.
Master Rahul was not fair.
Besides what Grunt said, that's really the only thing I got to add about, one up to House of Wolves.
Okay. Basically, I joined in House of Wolves. I guess I'll talk for a minute here.
Frantic J3 has joined your fire team.
Yes, basically. I never got to like max light level because I think I got to like 29 when it got pushed to 34. So I think I got to around 29 or 30 maybe. And it was basically I played through the storyline and then did some strikes. I remember one of my first strikes was with some kid who was really loud. It was just randomly match made, and it was the Archbishop actually. And
yes, the Archbishop.
And the whole reason the Archbishop ever came about is because I couldn't remember exactly what he was. I knew it was R something. It's the Archon Priest, if you're curious. So I was just like, oh, Archbishop, and it really pissed off my girlfriend at the time. So I just kept doing it, and it's a staple now in the Frantic Talks fire team. But
the Archbishop.
The Archbishop was. I was playing against that, and this is when strikes were actually pretty difficult compared to what they are now, where you just kind of steamroll them. And I remember the kid was really bad and kept dying, and our other teammate was more or less AFK, so I was busy just jumping up and down across the map the whole time trying to kill the good old Archon Priest. And I finally did, after wiping like 4 times. It was annoying. Not a fond memory, of course, but that was like my first or second strike ever. So, needless to say, I was like, I don't want to do strikes. Those are hard. Oh boy. Hadn't done a raid at that point, so,
Great.
But essentially, yeah, I joined in House of Wolves, and this was... I think it was before Prison of Elders, or did that all come with House of Wolves?
Prison of Elders was actually after House of Wolves.
House of Wolves came out, and then there was the Prison of Elders update, I believe.
Because I'd stopped playing at that point.
Yeah, because that's where you got Skolas and his 30-second strategy on Solar Burn.
Still sad I never got to try that.
So yeah, I didn't play when Skolas was around, so I actually had dropped out at that point, and I wouldn't pick it back up until part ways through the Taken King. I don't remember how far into it.
Fun fact, that was right before Prison of Elders became relevant again when you came back.
That's very true. Yeah.
2 or 3 months before so.
Yep.
Yeah, because I played... Yeah, whenever House of Wolves would have been, what, spring of 15? Somewhere in there?
April of 2015, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played a little bit
April update.
In the early summer, and then they released Prison of Elders, but I was gone, and then didn't come back till Taken King in, like, November, I want to say. It was right around Halo 5. Because that's when we started the podcast, and, that's 78 episodes of history there. And I don't think I had too many fond memories up until the Taken King, if we're being honest. I don't remember too much from then. Just leveling up and then being like, oh, that's a little tough, and then skipping out. So back to you guys.
I don't want to do that.
A little bit, yeah, but back to you guys. And reminisce on Skolas and Prison of Elders. This will be fun.
Oh, Skolas.
I would have never beat Skolas if it wasn't for Ace Be Silent.
Yes, I believe Freakshow will have a lot to say here about this. I never really attempted Skolas until much before the Year 1 Moments of Triumph were announced. Basically, at that point, before Taken King was released, they were ending the original Year 1 of the first year of Destiny, aka Vanilla Destiny, as people refer to it. And then going forward with all the new changes, blah blah blah, with the release of the Taken King, they released a little Moments of Triumph thing that you could do, complete various tasks. Usually they were like endgame tasks, and you got emblems that you would get after the Taken King was released. I think the other came before or after it was released. I don't remember exactly when you got it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think the only one I didn't finish from Year 1 was maybe one related to Crucible, but I can't remember. 3 years is a long time when you're getting older. But yes, I had some fun memories attempting Skolas. It took me like 4 groups of people to get through it. before finally being backpacked along with Freakshow by
Good old
HP
HP Silent.
Yes.
Man was a master, apparently. Jesus.
Yes, I enjoyed the storyline that House of Wolves brought along. So, now I turn it to you, Freakshow.
I got 2 of the best I've ever gotten from Prison of Elders.
Yeah.
One was I got the thorn out of the big chest at the end of the Prison of Elders because I'm great and didn't have to do the quest.
Look at
Don't
you.
know how that's possible, but okay.
Every exotic was in the chest, and I got the thorn. Granted, I'd already done the thorn quest, and by me, I mean Trevor and Grunt stood there while I killed him with Swordbreaker. Well, whatever.
Hey, all you needed to get was void kills in the Crucible. They didn't specify how.
Right? And then the second was when you killed Skolas, he used to drop an Elder Cipher.
Mm-hmm.
I hate you for this.
Well, Skolas was feeling really generous that day. And he gave me 2 Elder Ciphers.
Ooh.
So when I completed it, I got 2 of the Queenbreaker's bow.
Well done.
And Grunt was unhappy about it then. I can see his face. He's unhappy about it now.
To be fair, when you and I went through Skolas and completed it, that's when I got the cipher. But I'm like, oh hey, sweet. I went with a Queenbreaker's bow.
Queenbreakers.
I don't know what.
There's an S in there somewhere. Not quite sure where it's at, but it's there.
Squeenbreaker.
Squeenbreaker.
I hope it's called that from now on. The Squeenbreaker bow.
Pretty sure Freakshow just wants to punch his computer.
I'm gonna fucking screen break my intelligence.
Okay, so I have a question for both of you. We all already, because we've said it, know when we started as a fire team, all 3 of us. When did you guys first start playing together? Was it from the beginning or closer to Skolas or what?
It was still in Vanilla Destiny. It was before, I think. It was after The Dark Below came out, which was the first expansion.
Yeah.
But it was
Before
House of Wolves. So sometime in between Dark Below and House of Wolves, but yet still in year 1 of Destiny.
It was not long after Dark Below came out.
Okay.
Right. Because at this point, Vault of Glass was still rather relevant back then.
Because that's back when I was doing 9 raids a week to try to get the Galahorn.
That's a lot to do back in your day.
Thank you, Sam.
I saw your face. It's just over there say it!
God, say it! Say it!
Back in my day, when you wanted something, okay, you had to go back to the tower and get it yourself.
There was no companion app.
There was no companion app. You had 20 slots. You didn't get to hoard shit.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't hoard anything.
Yeah, okay. I hoarded exotic engrams before every update.
And then they finally were stop that.
Oh, they didn't stop it soon enough, though.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they stopped it around the time 400 light was capped, so you're like, well, why? Why?
Yeah, well, when they went up to 335 light, I had 62 or 63 exotic engrams just waiting for the update day.
I remember this because you were like, save your exotic engrams, Frantic, don't decode them. I'm like, I want exotics. And you're like, no, don't do it. So I finally started saving them and only got around 7 by this time, so... He was at 335 light at the end of the day that the new update came out, and I'm sitting there at 318 Freakshow. Why?
Why?
Right?
And that was even before 1-to-1 infusion, was it?
Yes, that was before 1-to-1 infusion. That was right before it, actually.
Yes, it was. But yeah, how we met was I met Freakshow the same way pretty much I did Frantic.
On Tinder.
Grindr, actually.
Oh, Grindr, there you go. Grunt's just rage quitting over here. Oh, he made a screen freeze, man. He's so done. You're good now. Jesus.
But, I knew him. I knew Freakshow primarily from Griffball. So we had a lot of friends that we knew mutually that were also Griffballers.
Griff Brawlers. Actually, everybody's name that we have mentioned so far, aside from this Trevor, who actually might also be it.
He is.
Yeah, we're all Griff Ballers. So if you're hearing names thrown, odds are they're Griff Ballers that we've just befriended over the years.
Fun fact, Grunt's team is the only team my original IGL team ever beat.
You're going to bring that up here.
We were like, it was like 1-30 something, and Grunt's team was the only one we ever beat.
Listen, there's 2 IGL admins here. We'll ban you, right?
I mean, quick little summary. There was a group called the IGL, the International Griffball League, that was run by a few people, selectively me, Grunt, and this kid known as Perfect Demise, although he was the ultimate demise of the entire IGL.
Oh, jeez.
You could say that the way it ended, it was the perfect demise.
It really was. Like, puns aside, it really was. Hey, that's what happens when you give a 15-year-old a bunch of power. Hey, just saying.
We're digesting here.
I mean, I don't care if he's listening. He probably knows that we're right. But anyways, we are done with
We're
that.
hawk diving off track.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
God, what?
It's an old Griffball thing. You jump straight up in the air and you sword down on somebody.
Oh, hawk dive. Okay.
Damn, we dug back for that one. Jesus.
Clever, man.
Damn. All right, so let's say you guys met. Well, I mean, we all met through Griffball, and then you guys started playing together shortly after Dark Below.
Right. How we met was I was playing with someone else, and they were like, "Hey, I think this Trevor we speak of is like, yo, I want to do the Vault of Glass raid. Let's get some people. I know some people that can do it." It's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll jump in. Raid sounds fun. And on the left, we started the raid up. Freakshow is in the party, in the game, you know. Usually when I meet new, generally quiet. So I don't say much of anything. You can never tell that based on this podcast, people.
I mean, I feel like if you go back to the first episode, you were much quieter.
Technically, I was because I had a whole mic.
Okay, you know what I meant.
Yeah.
But we got to the conflict there right before the Templar checkpoint, which is the first real boss of the raid outside of people.
And they fucked you up.
God damn it.
I'm going to give you that one because that was good.
We're at like a pun a minute now. Jesus Christ.
But Freakshow and I got assigned to the left side column, or confluxes, which at that point, and probably even now,
Good adventurers go left.
they always do. Not in this case, though. That was a bad decision.
We're still good adventurers, though.
It's true. The left side confluxes were generally the harder ones to do because you have less cover from the sniper hobgoblins. And
Good rule of thumb. The left side's always the harder side in the raid.
It's true. That is actually very true.
That is surprisingly correct.
Yeah, the right side's always the easiest.
That's
it's
weird.
not when Crota's over there, literally right outside your door.
Yeah, that was one that just came to mind was Crota. But anyways.
But everyone else had died. We're on the last wave of the conflicts. All I have to do is just live and make it, kill a few more enemies, make it through the fanatics
Oh, yeah.
of the Templar, which basically just involved hiding in a room. Well, I was running to save my life because the fanatics were coming. Fanatics are coming. I mean, but I may have accidentally fell off.
He's not very fanatical about that.
You're right, I wasn't actually. I had one job, and I fell off the map.
You did.
You did good,
And-
Grunt. And thus a friendship was born.
And everyone just busted up laughing at that point. But
And I was doing that thing where you're like playfully yelling at somebody, trying not to just crack up hysterically.
Mm-hmm.
it didn't work.
No.
It didn't work. But ever since then, Freakshow 187 has joined your Mr. Freakshow 187 has joined your team.
No, I was still just. I was an itty bitty freak show back then. I wasn't as fancy as I am now.
So
Okay, I'm really confused right now.
I was still Freak Show 187 then. I hadn't changed my name yet.
Oh, you weren't fancy.
No.
I'm at the same gamer tag for 10 years now, so you know.
Frantic J10.
Well, look at me. I'm Frantic, and I have the same gamer tag. Fuck you, Frantic.
Hey, I've had this. Well, I haven't had the same gamer tag technique. I've changed it over the years. But anyways, yes, that's how I got to meet that person over there.
You're right. I really enjoyed earlier when you were just like, Freakshow, take it from here, and you turned and looked right at him. I was like, it's like he's right there with him. Good job, Grunt.
Good.
Grunt was also involved in how we got to be friends, Frantic.
Yes, that is true. Let's get to that point. So the Taken King comes, and Frantic J3 has joined your fire team. So, I got into the Taken King.
Hold on, before you go into that,
I'll stop.
The way that we actually started talking involved me beating the shit out of Mr. Stored Grunt 360 in a game of Killer Instinct.
I remember this.
99 combos. I didn't even know those were possible.
Yeah, that was a really funny video.
Yep.
That I was shared. I was like, what the hell? Grunt got like fucking annihilated.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's how we started talking, because I added you on Twitter from there, and then we got into the Destiny.
Yep.
So continue from there.
Yeah, so Taken King came around. I finally jumped back in after being a little gone from it for a while and wanting to, forge a friendship in the fire. It's not how it happened, but we're going to paint it up and romanticize it. But basically, that's what happened, and from there, it was just playing and having some fun. Freakshow, what just happened? I heard that.
My cat fell out of the window. She's about to do it again, too, so don't worry.
Okay, because I saw you staring over to the side, I assumed it was you trying to come up with a pun about being forged in the fire, but instead it was your cat being forged in the fire, so,
Yeah, no, I had to go through the fire and the flame to watch my cat fall out the
what?
window.
Why? Why are we going there? Jesus Christ. And the wings of a dream over here. God damn. Okay.
Alright, come on now.
Anyway, so Taken King comes around, I start playing it again, and start teaming up with you guys, and at that point, I hit the point in my life where I was like, yeah, let's just play this all day and never stop. So we did. And we had a weekly ritual, it felt like, for 5 months straight, I feel like. 5 or 6, it was a good long time there. Doing trials every weekend, raging at trials every weekend, getting some good clips out of it. Doing fucking fighting Oryx and taking 2 days to actually beat his ass, or 3 days, or however long it was.
And then we evolved to 5-manning Oryx.
That was
Oh my god.
That was so stupid.
No way this is a good idea.
Hey guys, let's go 3-man the opening of Oryx. There's no way this is gonna work, Freakshow. That's a stupid idea.
Spoiler alert, it worked.
Fuck you, Frantic, it worked.
It worked. We did the jumping puzzle and then got to a point where we needed a minimum of 4, and we got 2 more in and finally beat it.
Yeah, that's when we got Zukazan and AC Hunter.
Yup.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That was a really funny it was just like, hey, you guys want to come help finish Oryx? What were you guys doing? We were 3-manning it. We made it this far, but it's impossible with the totems to do it with 3 people, so.
And the totems aren't that hard. I digress.
The totems aren't hard, it's just you can't do it with 3 people. You have to have 4.
We just couldn't run that fast.
Yeah, basically.
Did you max your agility? Bones of AO?
Titan skating. Huh?
Titan skating.
Warlock surfing.
Warlock surfing. Hunters, they don't. The hunters just blink.
Apparently we were just doing it wrong, guys. So,
Hey, to be fair, I still can't Titan skate.
God, what were some really stupid moments? I can think of the Trials moment where I had the Firefly Sniper and totally clutched double killed with 1 shot.
I don't know. I think I have you beat in that department.
Yes, you have a really crazy
You should
clip.
not have killed that person.
Yeah, that
Any of
clip.
them.
That clip is actually pinned to the top of my activity feed. If anyone wants to check it out.
Describe it to sell it to the people.
I get sniped. I get like 1,000-yard stared or some stupid shit like that.
Mm.
And it's on Widow's Court. I'm at the top of the steps.
His favorite map.
My absolute fucking favorite map. of all time. It brought me so much joy seeing that in the Destiny 2 trailer.
Oh man.
Anyway, I was up at the top of the steps, and Grunt comes in with this revive as the other team is pushing up the steps. Now, I had my sniper out because I'm an idiot. And I don't know, I quick-scoped this kid, I no-scope him, something.
You did something. You should not have...
I killed him, and when I scoped in, I was actually looking at a wall that was probably like 4 feet away from him. And then I shoot his buddy in the crotch and kill him.
I still don't know how that's... Maybe I don't want to know how that's possible.
I don't know, but he ate a bag of dicks afterwards. And then I stand there in bewilderment for a couple seconds while I'm getting shot. Then I finally switch to my primary and kill the third guy.
The ultimate clutch.
That's how we won the round.
The ultimate clutch. That was by far one of the best things I've ever seen in Trials. I still find it hard to believe that you killed the guy, but, you know.
I can't believe I did it either.
Oddly enough, so that's pretty insane. And I feel like you should have waited to say it after my story. But oddly enough, my clip that I'm thinking of is also on Widow's Court. I'm sensing a pattern, guys.
Oh my god, Widow's Court.
But anyways, this is...
the Widowmaker.
Dude. Come on. So, I was, this is back when I was still maining a Titan. Oh, I was waiting for you to pop in. Hey, Frantic, you remember when you played
I was waiting for you to start talking again.
Oh, okay.
Before I said it.
I like that we're on the same page there. So, back then, I got a good roll. I don't know if it was a god roll, but it was a Doctrine of Passing. This is back when it was really good. And, you know, there's 2 guys left, and it's just me. Both Freakshow and Grunt have died at this point. And I think I got revived. I don't remember what exactly happened, but I know I was the last one standing. And we're in one of the buildings. It's the only building that you can like climb up the stairs of, actually, now that I think about it. And I'm shooting this one guy with the Doctrine. He's kind of dodging some of the bullets, and my last bullet goes away, and he's not dead, but he has like a sliver of health left. So I switch to my 1,000-yard stare, and then his buddy comes around the corner, and I like kind of like duck behind cover and jump back out and scope in. And I shoot his buddy in the head, and his friend was so close that the Firefly explosion killed him, and we won the round off of a Firefly sniper rifle. Something not many people can say has ever happened ever. And it's only ever happened to me once. I have Firefly on my sniper rifle because it just feels great to watch an enemy explode. Little did I know it'd win me a round once. But it was so great.
Firefly is just amazing in general. I love it. For reasons like that.
Yeah, I love the perk. It was just, oh my god, I can't believe that happened.
Right?
So that's one of the ones that stands out to me. And then the Prison of Elders got re-released with taken versions of it. I remember us loading into that and just hearing fucking... Oh shit, I can't think of his name.
Barracks.
Is it Varix? Yeah, I wanted to say Varix, and for some reason I thought that was wrong. I just remember Varix screaming at us, and we were all like, oh god, Varix, calm down. Also, this is awesome.
This is so awesome. Why is Varix yelling at us?
That was what?
The night.
Psylocke the
Psylocke.
Defiled.
Psylocke. He just fucking screams at you. And like when you load into the regular Prison of Elders, and it's the Taken version, like he gets way more intense compared to the old one. It's like kill them back or whatever. Oh, okay. And then the other one, it's just like dun dun dun. You're like, oh god, this is gonna be intense. And it is.
You guys didn't want to do it the first day it came out.
God damn it! I knew he was gonna say this.
You thought we were too underleveled.
We were going in as a 315, the 315 being you, and 2 people below 310. Because Frantic and I, we didn't know how amazingly awesome the idea of saving your exotic engrams was at that point.
Even though I told you.
Even though we told you. It's just like, what is it? Buying a hand cannon or something.
Yeah, it's not like I told you to buy a hand cannon for probably over a year or anything.
Is this your hunter story, Grunt? If you're me.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's see, what was it?
Grunt doesn't actually
what is it?
get this as bad as you do.
Okay, yeah.
I cannot for the life of me remember what specific weapon it is, but it was a hand cannon that had a really good roll that you could buy from the vendor. And it was
the palindrome, the original one.
It was the original rolled palindrome after it came out and into the game. And it's like, Freakshow's like, hey, Grunt, this is a really good roll on this weapon. I think you would like it. At that point, I was starting to turn into the hand cannon scrub that I am. And I'm like, nah, I have another hand cannon I like. Still not wanting to let go of my thorn at that time.
Mm. Thorn scrub.
That gun was a thorn in my side all year one.
Oh, there it is. I can't believe we missed it up until this point. We already talked about year one, like the rain of the Fatebringer and the thorn. Jesus.
Oh, the Fatebringer. Jeez, thorn way worse though.
I believe that.
But I never bought the hand cannon. Never bought it. Eventually, at some point, I got one to drop with a similar roll to it. And I started using it, and I was like, man, this is a really good hand cannon. I like it. And he's like, yeah, I told you should have bought that, but you didn't. You didn't never listen to me.
Something that
you never do.
I was about to say, that's a common theme here in the Frantic Talks Fireteam, is that if Freakshow suggests something, don't do it. But then you're going to regret it.
Even though you should do it, it's just like, Freakshow said it, no.
More
and then when you finally do it, it's like, why didn't I listen to Freakshow?
Hey, Frantic, did you hear something?
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm shutting my laptop now.
Alright, so basically, we did a lot of Prison of Elders. We went into it way underleveled, but it didn't matter because it was the first one was like small arms and some other stuff. Wasn't too challenging.
Solar Burn was on, wasn't it?
Small arms, Solar Burn, bonus points for precision kills.
That's right, because that's when you guys really got into the whole Dead Orbit Scout Rifle with triple tap.
Yeah, the fucking
the hung jury.
Yeah,
I didn't actually have the hung jury at that point.
Oh,
I had to use the last extremity.
Oh yes, that was the Crucible counterpart to the hung jury. And by counterpart, I mean they're made by the same people. Shout out to Omalon.
Shout out to Omalon, indeed.
They make the best scout, Chaos Dogma.
It's true.
So super shout out. But I was using the hung jury, and
you never stop.
You know, who's keeping tally at this point? All right. So we were doing a lot of that, beating the bosses. It was at this point, I think, the update came out, and then shortly after, I didn't get to have as much time playing. Kind of moved into the point where I'm at now, where I get a little bit per week to play, but it's not nearly as much as I used to have.
We no longer do raids weekly.
Yeah, we never did the raids weekly. Now that we can do 4 of them a week, like Jesus, we just.
I actually did those for quite a while until I got all the armor sets.
Right, I do remember you being like, "Let's go do that," and I'm like, "No, I don't want to."
Nah, it was like pulling teeth to even get you to do Wrath of the Machine. The one time you did it.
I've done it like 3 times.
Okay, 3 times. The first time you did it, you joined in at the fucking boss fight, and then what did you get? Didn't
he got what was the
pulse rifle?
The pulse rifle.
Genesis chain.
You got the right? No, that was the other rifle. You got the Steel Medulla.
Steel
Medulla.
Yeah, which is the gun that I wanted at the time. I ended up getting it too, but the fact that you got it only being there for like 10 fucking minutes just like irked the shit out of me.
That was on hard mode too.
Yeah. Your first experience with the raid was in hard mode for like 10 minutes.
And Freakshow and I had already gone through the rest of that raid with people from LFG throughout the rest of the day.
It wasn't.
It wasn't my guy.
It wasn't my first
guy
experience.
That wanted to use sidearms.
Who does that?
No, it wasn't
That guy
my first
apparently.
experience in the raid. It was my second at that point.
Well, your first experience on hard mode
On
was
hard
like
mode.
fucking a quick wham bam thank you ma'am, and you just left.
What's really funny is the first playthrough, the only weapon I didn't get was the steel medulla. I got 0 armor pieces. I have 0 Wrath of the Machine armor pieces because every time I've played, I've gotten the weapons. So this hard mode playthrough, I got the steel medulla, and in the very first playthrough, I literally got everything but the steel medulla. Well, not everything, but I know I got the rocket launcher, I got the shotgun, I think, and I know I got the auto rifle twice. So I literally just only got weapons when I did Wrath of the Machine. Which is a shame, because I actually like the armor, it looks kind of cool. Especially on the Hunter, but I was just like, I never got to do, or I never got to get those drops. Granted, I only got myself to blame, but... anyways, talking about taking down orcs is a fun endeavor that we tried to 3-man it, and there was a lot of Court of Orcs shenanigans that we did. I can't think of anything specific out of those. It was just, oh my god, this stuff is happening.
Baby
And
Crota.
Baby Crota, yep, Baby Crota's a fun one.
Still don't know how
Grunt.
I'm not able to successfully carry the sword on Baby Crota, but I can do it during normal Crota just fine.
Dude, I can carry the sword on Crota too, I just don't want to do it. That's why you always get volunteered.
I'm apparently really good at it, so, you know.
Well, to be fair, the one time Freak and Frantic have done it more recently with the new updated version of it.
Crota's a fucking hacker.
How did I know that was...
Cuz! He was! He had no health and he was still standing, a little shit. God. That was some horseshit. And I can still hear Freakshow in my head saying, why does Crota have no health?
It was, hey guys, why does Crota have no health? And then everyone else was like, what? And then everyone just
because
blew up.
you guys were too busy fucking celebrating. I was the only one paying any sort of attention.
I mean, I thought what was really bad about that part though was the fact that we damaged him enough to send him into enrage, and it's like constant oversoul after oversoul, and we had to wait for him to rotate back to the middle. And it's like, all right, well.
To be fair, when we finally did get it done, Frantic and I basically we did 2-round him.
Yes.
When we got it done.
Yeah, that is very true. We did really good that round.
So, out of the few times you guys have held the sword, you've come in clutch, which I think that's all that matters.
Exactly. So yeah. But basically the only thing left was when Rise of Iron finally came out, which was April of 2016. Yeah? No? Yeah? Yeah.
No, it was actually
September.
September. That's right. Yeah,
it was actually
because
September 2015, I believe.
No, that's wrong. Rise of Iron?
Rise of Iron's been...
It's been out for a year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh, I am bad at this.
No, I can remember because around April 2016 was around the time I had to slow down my playing time, and then it came out when I moved into my new place, which would have been around that time.
Right.
Because I remember coming home and just playing it.
Frantic was the only one of us that kept the Kavastov.
How's that make you feel, Frantic?
Makes me feel good that I kept the original Kavastov.
You only kept it because I told you.
You're like, oh, it's actually not that bad in PvP. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure, I'll keep it. And then we find out, oh, if you dismantle it, you get the exotic quest instead of having to go through a quick little, like, 3 or 4 mission storyline. I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
which Grunt and I had to do.
I mean, I didn't mind it because the mission's a trip down nostalgia lane. So.
Well, that's the thing
we all shared a heartfelt moment with the ghost.
That's very true. Which we're going to do one more time before Destiny 2 comes out.
We got to do the starting mission, and then we got to do that. Yeah.
And you have to do that mission for the Kavastov. You don't just get it automatically, by the way, Grunt. I did do that mission because I had to. So, yeah, it's basically dismantling it skips ahead in the quest line, but doesn't finish the quest line.
Frantic got the schematics.
Yes.
That's where we had to find ours.
Yeah, we had to go find ours. We had to go use the splicer relay thing.
Splicer Intel relay. Yep.
Yeah, because that was the only thing it was used. That's the only thing it was used for. There's no other reason to have them.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. And that brings us to the current year of Destiny that we've been having fun playing, because Rise of Iron was a lot of fun. We talked about Wrath of the Machine already. But it, let's see, what all did it introduce besides that? A couple new strikes, a new strike. No, two new strikes. Revamped strikes, I guess I should say.
Yeah, they C-ified.
The time that they brought the new strike and he forgot his name.
Boom. Fogoth with Solar Burn.
His name was Fogoth Paulson.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, the fucking Splicer Priest. Oh my god, I hate that strike. Annoying.
That strike's horrible. We also got Spooky Trials. Grunt loves you some Spooky Trials, don't you?
I do. I actually do.
You remember what happened during Spooky Trials?
Yes, we got to 8-0.
And what happened?
I had to open my big fat mouth and say, "Hey guys, we're
8-0.
You know, I'm not going to finish this sentence." And then boom, we immediately lose the following game. It could have sent us to the lighthouse for a second time.
Third time, for me.
Never been. You guys know
That's
it.
Technicality.
Good turn. Good turn. I like that we're involving the whole rotation here. Like,
I really wish that we could have took you flawless, Frantic.
I do too. It's okay though. I'm all right not having gone flawless. I never even got to the max light level until Rise of Iron. Like whatever expansion was currently out, I never hit the max light level for that expansion until the next expansion. Up until Rise of Iron. Finally broke that dumb streak.
I believe I was the same way up until the update for Skolas came out. Then they had the armor and all that stuff that you used.
Yeah, I was about to say, because my issue was the one time I played, like when I was playing like daily with you guys, it was during the Taken King, where it was like the grindiest of grindy times to be playing, because it wasn't 1-to-1 light level stuff, and you only got to a certain point unless you did raids on hard mode, which we could barely beat orcs on regular mode, and you had to go flawless in trials. Those were like the only two ways to truly get to the max light level.
Right. Or you do like I did, and you pull a 320 weapon from an Iron Banner. Rank 5. Right,
yeah, so you get that like once a week. For 3 times once a week, so that was like... Or a month, that's what I mean.
Yeah, 3 times once a month.
And then, yeah, so it was the worst time to be like... trying to hit that level, like the worst time to be a casual, I guess, but even then we were pretty hardcore into it and still...
that was the only expansion I missed hitting the light cap in. And I only missed hitting the light cap by like 2 levels.
Yeah, exactly. So we definitely had our struggles then, and that was the only time I would have really hit it. And then Rise of Iron, it was just kind of easy.
Right.
So...
I was usually always behind. I could come close to hitting the level cap, but I wouldn't actually get to that level cap until it was already raised. I think it was, like I said, whenever they introduced the armor and all that stuff to buy your armor for level 34 Prison of Elders. So when Skolas came, basically, is when I actually hit that, because I was able to get up there that way.
I want to say at this point in time, we were totally playing President and the Secret Service in Crucible.
Yes.
I think Freakshow should explain that. What's his idea?
Should I explain?
Yeah, go for it. Let the people know what it is, because it's dumb.
Okay,
go for it.
Well, to be fair, at that point, I had a lot of dumb ideas that I talked you guys into doing.
He's not wrong.
Like, like no HUD control.
Oh my god.
Never again.
I want to say the no HUD skirmish was, you guys were like, Frantic's watching at work on stream, what should we do? And I was like, do no HUD skirmish, and then it pulled salvage, and you're like, we don't know where the salvage is.
Yeah, because the salvage thing didn't show up because we had no HUD. Oh, I completely forgot about that.
That was actually doubles. Oh,
it was, that's right, it was doubles.
Yeah, it was doubles salvage. That might have been the worst idea anyone else has ever had.
Oh jeez. Okay, well, self-imposing challenges. Let's talk about President of the Secret Service before we get too off topic.
So the basis is you pick one person to be the president. and he can only walk around with a sword hilt. And if heavy comes up, he can pick up heavy or whatever. But the Secret Service can only walk around with sidearms.
Yep.
And if the president gets killed, you rotate the president. You never win because there's no
hope.
There was no winning.
To be fair, we almost did win one. I'm pretty sure I don't think we ever won one, but I'm pretty sure we came like a kill or two away. We were so close. Because you're essentially playing 2v3, so it's very hard to win that way. Especially when the other one just kind of dies anyways.
You're playing 2v3 at a time where it was before the special ammo nerf, so everyone was running around with their cross Mapadors.
Yep.
Final round snipers.
Oh my god.
Those were actually fixed at that.
Yeah, but those things.
Let's just not talk about those things.
You fell winter sniper, your last round snipers. Year one can go fuck itself. With their
fond memories of year one, apparently. So yeah, that was President's Secret Service. That was a lot of fun. And then the self-imposed challenges he just mentioned. We would jump into Prison of Elders. Now, was this before they updated Prison of Elders?
I think so. I think it was just shortly because we were like, new update comes out in a couple of weeks. What do we do? Self-imposed challenges.
Yeah.
No HUD.
So we'd run in with no HUD. We'd run in with thorns that were way underleveled. Like the year one thorns. We'd go in. Can only do like sidearms. We did all kinds of crazy dumb shit.
Like no jumping, melee only.
Melee only.
There was the one time because you like play on a 10 sensitivity, don't you, Frantic?
I don't anymore, but I do now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did then.
That sentence you said made no sense.
I know. I back then I did. I don't now, is what I meant to say. I totally flipped the words there.
And back then I played on a 1. And do you remember the one where we basically like mind fucked the controllers for everybody? Where we picked a different layout, and since Grunt plays on inverted, we inverted our stuff, and Grunt uninverted his. And
then screwed with the sensitivity, and it was a nightmare.
You guys played on 1, I played on 10. That was the worst.
That is just as bad as HUDless salvage right there. It was so bad.
That's one of those self-imposed challenges that we vowed never to do again.
You're just like, you have to like think so hard about what you're doing. Oh, it was rough, but it was so fun.
Especially on 1, since you need like a year's warning just to turn around.
Right. Hey, Freakshow, there's something going to be behind you.
Oh, jeez, that was really fun. So,
for like me playing on inverted, literally everything is backwards when I go to look up or down.
Yeah, and that was really hard for me because I'm like, I gotta look and turn around, and I have to like flip my controller the other way. I'm like, oh god.
I would look up to shoot one of the mines because we were supposed to destroy the mines and not dismantle them. And it'd be like, oh, I'm shooting the ground now. Just gonna put a rocket launcher.
Especially with the way I hold my controller. That
like
just
super claw that thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
That just like mind fucked me.
So, yeah, I can believe that. So for those of you who don't know how he holds his controller, I don't know if I have a controller back here to show you, but essentially he might be able to pull one up here. But he puts his right hand over the entire right side of the controller instead of holding, just like so right there, like what he's doing right now on screen.
How?
How does he do it? I don't know.
Well, okay, when I move the right stick, it's actually like this, and I can just move it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's able to press all the buttons and still play pretty damn well. I've seen streamers, a streamer who plays with the controller in his mouth because he can't move anything below his neck. So I'm genuinely surprised and impressed. I can't comprehend it. It's crazy to me. Because I play like a lot of normal people where I just got the two little ends of it in my hand, just like how Grunt does, I imagine. It's like, I don't know. But imagine imagine playing like that and then inverting everything. Yeah, I can only imagine how stupid that gets.
I rest
It's horrible.
my index finger on the right bumper, and I use my middle finger so I can just reach down and hit one of the face buttons if I have.
Yeah.
That's only for the right hand.
I mean, I can hit one of the face buttons if I want to, too. I just got to do it with the palm of my hand.
Yeah, which is absurd amounts of, like, contorting your hand. I play with my index fingers on the triggers, and they move back and forth. That's how that works for me.
All right, now that we've got into the top, how we hold our controllers.
Now that we've dissected our controllers, so we've hit about an hour and 10. So I think we should start wrapping this up and talking about some pretty fond memories. Just a couple each. That way we don't, hit like an hour and a half or anything. So let's start how we've been doing this whole time. I mean, probably Grunt. Give us a fond memory or two that you can vividly picture in your mind.
Well, the one that pops out the most is probably when I actually did get my Gallahorn. I already discovered it or discussed it earlier in this episode, but what I really liked was it took me probably a year or to get that weapon, and it's like it was the last thing I needed to finish my exotic collection, and it's like, man, I'm never going to get this weapon. I have certain people over here that can't have 3 or 4.
Tip is that.
And I can't get a single one. And literally the day before I got it, I had tweeted something along the lines of like, I'm really happy all of my friends that play this game with me get the cool gear, but it'd be nice to have it for me just once, please. Please, let me have this Gallahorn. Basically, that's what I was saying. Going through my mind.
Well, okay. You finally did get it.
I got it from the Nightfall when Tanix was sold, a bunch of other stuff, and I saw it pop up as a post-game reward, and I had the basic YouTube reaction of yelling and jumping for joy, and I was a little happy about that.
When he saw his rewards, he saw that one was not like the others.
The moment you started talking, I knew that was not going to be in a constructive criticism or comment of any manner. It was just going to be shit posting to the nth degree.
You can just call me the comedian.
You're only feeding into it. You're only feeding into it. Look.
One day my puns are going to send you 2 to the morgue.
Now I'm feeding it.
It's a feeding frenzy, Grunt.
That's a perk name,
That's the joke. Okay, so...
Frantic showed his hidden hand.
Hush.
God damn it.
Then there was like the times where the only time I went flawless. That was awesome.
I went flawless 2 other times, but...
Shut up. The only time I ever went flawless, Father's Day weekend back in like 2015, I think it was. Freakshow and I grabbed some random person off of LFG.
Joking Toast XD.
Yes. He held his own quite well, so.
He did, and he was British.
So, like, I feel like...
it was like the middle of the night for him, and he was still doing pretty well.
It was actually early evening.
I feel like...
By the time it got done.
Yeah.
No, I feel like if anybody who's gone flawless like 10 or 20 times comes and listens to this, it's like, man, these kids are scrubs. They remember vividly their only time going flawless. Like, they even remember their party member that they just found randomly.
I mean, yeah.
And again, some names just stand out, like anal food stamps, but
It was anal food stamps plus the actual plus sign and then dinner.
This was in Rocket League, unrelated, but we found that guy. I'm pretty sure we have a clip of him still.
Yeah.
One of you guys do, because you showed it to me.
I think we both. Yeah, I think we both do, actually, now that I say that.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Then there's that. There was, doing all the raids for the first time. My first quota clear, legitimate. Some of my former clan mates. 3, basically 5-person, completing that with 5 people, the Oryx raid. Going through the Wrath of the Machine raid for the first time, getting to experience the Age of Triumph update that ended basically Destiny 1's update cycle. They brought all the raids for...
Damn.
So, Well, there's a lot, and I can go on a lot more about that. But also, very first Nightfall I ever did was the Nexus Mind. It was the one you like, Freakshow, that you never thought would be brought back.
I love that strike.
There was that one. It had solar burn on. I had just a piece of junk blue sniper rifle, I think, at that point. I had a good legendary rocket launcher that just so happened to be solar. And there was only one other person in my... was Grunt Dad. You often hear that name mentioned.
Grunt Dad / Storm.
Yes, but we did that. It took us probably an hour to do it, because everything that spawns in does solar damage. So
Ooh, yeah,
it was rough, a little bit more rough than what it is now, because
back in our day, when you wiped, you went back to orbit.
Oh god, that was the worst part.
Oh,
back in our day, though, the solar damage from any source was the same, so you basically get one shot spawn sniped by a hobgoblin. True story, that's happened too.
ooh,
That's happened to you a lot.
A lot, yes. But after finishing that strike for like an hour, that's when I got my icebreaker. I was really excited for that. My first one. And yeah, so going flawless in trials, all the raids, lots of fun stuff to remember.
Well, good. So sounds like some pretty good memories. What about you, Freakshow?
Probably going flawless twice, because I'm 100% smarter than Grunt when it comes to boons.
That glare is perfect.
He's staring a hole right through my soul.
Basically. So,
just call him the Soul Stealer's Claw.
Dude, I was gonna say that, but
Thank you. Thank you.
I was gonna say it, but you know.
Yeah,
Go
on, Grunt.
I know you have to have more than just going flawless. As much of a triumph as I know you take pride in that.
It's a moment of triumph.
It was indeed a moment of triumph.
I was wondering if that was your goal. Apparently not. That to make that joke.
I didn't want to make it. I tried to set one of you guys up for it, and Grunt wasn't taking the bait.
I mean, I'll take the bait whenever. But anyways, what else do you got? Going flawless, of course. Always memorable.
Grunt messing up flawless Raider 2 or 3 times by dying once in Crota.
We could have had it this most recent time. The last time we did Crota.
Uh-huh.
And it's like the dumbest things that kill me. I died because of fall damage.
Oh, that's rough.
Uh-huh. That was really rough. Meeting Grunt in the Vote of Glass has to probably be like number 1 or number 2.
Just because he fell.
Just because I fell.
Very hilarious fashion. Attempting to do Vote of Glass with 6 No Land Beyonds.
Oh god, how could I forget about that? That's all that matters.
We did get into the vault. Oh. Let's see what else.
Skull loss.
I mean, yeah, Skull Loss.
Though we didn't do much.
I actually had to do Skull Loss twice to get the cipher, because first time I did it, my
inventory was
full.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That was back before they sent that to the postmaster.
Back in your day, of course.
Back in my day. It's very sad.
So you got anything? So, I got 3 words for you guys. Solar Flare Mantle.
Yes. How could we forget?
One of my other best memories is getting about 6 of those before you got your first one.
Basically, any memory of Grunt or I trying to get something and taking a long time to get, Freakshow has had it 10 times over at that point.
It seemed as soon as they started wanting something, I would just instantly get it.
Yes, that's true.
Uncanny, really.
Like my ability to call what you're going to decode out of an exotic engram.
How is that even possible?
So
I do not thank you for all the universal amounts of candy.
we've definitely.
Man, I just got to shout out my guest because I have no backup plan.
Oh, damn it!
Frantic, chill it.
Okay. Anyways, we let's see. So the Flare Mantle is one of my favorites because I finally got the damn thing.
I just got one of those last time we did the strike too.
A very recent memory that's just funny because of your guys' reaction was winning that really tough skirmish game. Oh yeah, guys, we did it, and I had a 4th horseman, by the way. It's like I was also using a 4th horseman, guys. And you're just like, God, what? It got 0 kills, just so you know. I got no kills. I got some assists with it, but if you're wondering how you get an assist with a 4th horseman, let me tell you.
Very careful.
Very carefully. Oh, jeez.
Hey
The
guys,
4th horseman is like if you would take the 4 horsemen in the apocalypse, right?
Mm.
And one of them was just a toddler dressed up on a pony. That's the 4th horseman.
That is an interesting metaphor.
It does absolutely nothing. It's just kind of there.
I mean, it does really well when it's Arcburn Specialist. It melts things on that point. It's just like, here, eat all the fucking damage immediately.
Next time, try using the chaperone.
I mean, I guess you could do that, but it's not nearly as fun as immediately. Like a 5-barrel shotgun is stupid.
Last time I gave a gun recommendation,
It's like a blunderbuss.
Last time I gave a gun recommendation, Grunt still hasn't put down the first curse.
It's true.
Okay.
It is probably my favorite hand.
He's saying use the chaperone for the next like 5 days before Destiny 2 comes out.
I used to use the chaperone a lot. It's a great gun.
Let's see. Other fun memories. Hearing many stories, especially the ones where Grunt killed himself with a Vex Mythoclast. No, not the Mythic. No. Sleeper Simulant. My bad. Sleeper Simulant.
Wait, I have something to add to that.
Yes.
So, we were doing Wrath of the Machine on hard mode.
Mm-hmm.
And Grunt and I were on the left side. All the bad things happen on the left side.
But
Don't ever go there. They do. So I have the sleeper out because I'm like Billy Badass over here, just trying to be cool and get the most DPS, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Dips.
Grunt's dead, so it's just me and the captain. Exactly. You probably fell off the map. And it's just me.
I believe the captain just tore me up.
It's just me and the captain. And I pull out my sleeper because I'm like, if it hits him, it's gonna kill him. And I miss him. I shoot the side. Sleeper comes back and kills me, and then I just take my headset out.
Meanwhile, there's no one on the left side doing anything, and someone doesn't realize this until they're about ready to wipe, and asks, "Hey guys, what happened on the left side over there?"
So I put my headset back in and tell him that the captain killed me.
A clever lie. A clever ruse.
Say, the captain killed me.
Clever creature.
Clever creature. I say, I got killed by the captain. Freakshow says the same thing. After we're done, I'm like, you didn't get killed by that captain. I saw it. And he's like, yeah, I know.
It's important to know that we have each other's backs, though.
Yeah.
To save ourselves the humiliation. But otherwise, we've said a lot of the great memories, honestly, because there's just been so many hilarious moments where it's like, Frantic, why are you doing that? Why are you doing what you're doing?
Hey guys, we didn't even have to go try hard. Yeah, and I was using 4th horseman.
Just a sample of some of the dumb shit that comes out of my mouth. Hey guys, I'm gonna go buy this full auto shotgun. Why would you do that? Because it's full auto and it's got cool perks on it. It's awful. It takes 2 shots to kill anything. Oh man, I just want things to be good and they're not. But by God, I'll try. Well,
I would like to quickly throw a shout out to all the times we have been down 4-0 in trials, and the team has gotten super, super cocky and egotistical.
Yes,
and we come back 5 rounds to win.
Yes, that has happened more than once, and I'm happy.
It seems like we do our best when we're just about to be utterly shit on.
Why we can't play that way beforehand, I don't know. But yeah, we're definitely the comeback kids. It's kind of hard to go 9-0 when you want to come back from losing. You're not supposed to lose.
It's hard to go 9-0 when all the games start out going 0-4.
Exactly.
Hey, if the Cubs can do it, kinda, we can do it.
We'll go
but
flawless
it took them
like
over
3
100
years.
years.
Yeah, I don't know if Destiny will be around in 100 years, Grunt. I don't know if I'll be around in 100 years. All right. Well, other than that, if you guys got any other memories, quickly share them, or else we're gonna wrap this up because we will hit 1 hour and 30 minutes.
I don't think I have anything. Like I said, there's a lot I could continue on.
Yeah,
a couple hours, but man, I've had so much fun playing Destiny 1 with both of these guys.
Actually, Grant, you're on the far end. You just need to keep pointing to your right. Just keep going.
Whatever.
No, see, he's pointing at me, and then he's pointing around to you.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got your back, Grunt.
Thank you.
Like we said, it's important.
But playing it with them, other friends of mine I know, family members, it's been fun. I really hope to have as many memories and then some in Destiny 2.
Imagine we'll have plenty.
The greatest memory I have of Destiny is still being made because we're still here together playing.
Mm-hmm. It's a good point. Because
it's true.
Destiny 1 may be over, but the journey of Destiny is only just begun. Or whatever. It
actually began 3 years ago. But.
I mean, we're going to go kill Gary and have some fun with that.
Gil?
Fuck Gary.
Glenn? Yeah, something with a G.
Exactly. All right, so let's wrap this up here. All right, so guys, let us know what your Destiny 1 memories are. We'd love to hear all that so we can reminisce all together. This is
Sweeper bought snow angels.
Well, this episode should be coming out 2 days before Destiny 2 comes out, so hopefully you get to hear this before you are engulfed in the wondrous storm that will be Destiny 2. We will be playing the weekend, or at least I will be. I know these guys will be playing the moment it comes out. I'll be a little busy with other things, but come that Friday to Sunday, I will be playing the whole time, except for our 1 hour stop for the podcast. So, I hope you guys are looking forward to it as much as we are. And I hope you guys have as much fun as I imagine we will. Plenty of memories will be had. I imagine we'll probably stream some of it, because why not? Anyways, if you want to continue the conversation, hit us up on Twitter. I'm at FranticJ3. To my right, left, whatever, is Freakshow187. And then on his right, left is at OnyxSpartan, OnyxSpartan. We collectively are at Frantic Talks. And for the interest of time, that's all I'm going to say. Hit those accounts.
I'm not actually there.
Oh, well, he's our special podcast ghost, who's somehow actually here. But he's, anyways, puns and stuff.
It's time for the last word before Destiny 2.
Time for the last word.
Keep it up.
For Destiny 2.
You're not gonna get to say your outro.
So, anyways, guys. Anyways, guys, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know your thoughts. Join our Discord. It's pinned to the Frantic Talks account. FranticTalks.com will have all the information you guys need in the footer. And on to Destiny 2, guys. That being said, do you have anything else to add, guys? Alright, I'm going to take that silence as a no. So,
there is something I want to say.
Yes.
After our official outro.
Alright. Well, I'm Frantic.
I'm Grunt.
I'm Freakshow.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Now.